Hello, this is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, psychologist, and speaker. Every week we talk about how to love ourselves, others, and a higher nature, how to improve our finances, relationships, careers, health, and happiness. And today we have a very special topic that I believe is very appropriate to our current virus situation and people feeling isolated and being, in a sense, lonely in the world. And it is called The Power of Friends, How Good Friends Can Save Your Life. One of the biggest problems in the world, even before the virus, is what we call loneliness. That feeling of being detached and separated from yourself, others, or a higher nature. And at Love University, one of our missions is to help eradicate loneliness by the year 2025, to help people be connected to each other and love each other in a positive way that can unite the world. Now, friendships are very important. Aristotle said, in poverty and other misfortunes in life, true friends are a sure refuge. So friends can be a comfort in times of trouble, support in many ways. 98% of Americans have at least one close friend. The average number of friends per person is about 9. Of course, there are what we call introvert people, which I am one of those, who gets more energy from their own thoughts, and they need fewer friends. They can be comfortable with maybe 1, 2, or 3 very close friends in a deep way, and they can see them a certain period of times. Extroverts, on the other hand, people that get energy from their other people, like to have a lot of friends, a big network of people. But the key here is quality, and also people that have love and positive energy for you. Now, there are many advantages to having good friends. First of all, there's motivation. If you want to lose weight, get into better shape, it's great to have friends that are also doing the same. In fact, they say obesity is contagious. When one friend is obese, overweight, there's a 57% likelihood their friend will also be the same, because we tend to model people's behavior without realizing it. Also, having good friends can improve your social skills. If you're an introvert, you don't go out much, they can help you get out of the house, take you places socially. Also, if you're shy, they can help break the ice with you and improve your social skills. Good friends can also be a reality check. Maybe you're in an incompatible or even abusive relationship. They can point that out to you as an objective observer. Or you're in the wrong career. They can give you the right advice that you need at the right time. Or maybe you have bad habits you need to change. They can also help you with that. Friends can also offer you practical or emotional help. Maybe you need some money they can lend you, or to help you move, organize something in your house, give you a ride. Also emotional support, give you advice when you're in times of trouble. And what's called empathetic listening, listening as if they were to put themselves in your own shoes so they understand how you're feeling. These are very valuable things that friends can offer. Also, if you're in a relationship or married, having couple friends, people you can spend time with as couples, can also build your relationship or marriage, because you can share a lot of positive moments and ideas with these other people. And very importantly, having good friends can improve your mental health. There's a lot of research that having good friends can improve your self-confidence, can help you cope with trauma. Maybe you lost someone close to you in your life to death, or maybe a divorce, financial problems, and they're there for you to give you that support when you're hurting and suffering. Also, good friends are what I call the anti-loneliness cure. In Love University, as I mentioned earlier, our main mission, one of our main missions, is to help people be connected to each other, themselves, and a higher nature so they don't have loneliness. Now, research shows that people who are lonely have 3 times more likelihood of having dementia, deficits in cognitive and memory as they get older. Also, they're more likely to have depression, alcohol or substance abuse, even suicide when they're lonely. On the other hand, when you have good friends, you're more optimistic, more grateful, you have more hope. Also, having friends can influence your health, your physical health. If you have few friends, you're twice as likely to have high blood pressure. They even did a study with children in 4th grade, and they found that those who had good social support had less of the stress hormone called cortisol that's released when you're under stress or anxious. So they had less anxiety, less stress. Friends can boost your immune system so you get sick less often. In cancer studies, they found that people with strong social connections had a better quality of life. And even reviewing 148 studies, they found that those who had good friends lived longer lives. So it actually affects your longevity as well. Now, with all these benefits, you wonder, why don't people make good friends and keep them over a lifetime? And of course, a lot of people do, but it becomes more hard, more difficult as you get older to keep and make friends. When you're in high school or college, you see people every day, you're involved in mutual activities, so it's a lot easier. When you're an adult, you might have children and family obligations and work obligations, and you put less time and energy into finding and maintaining friends. The good news is that as you get older, you can be more selective in terms of the people that become your friends, instead of just people that live in a dorm next to you or people you see at school or even work. You can pick people that have similar values, goals, and perspectives that you do, that you can create a great relationship with, a friendship. Now, of course, in today's times with the virus, it's even more difficult for people to maintain or even find friendships. The things that we used to do before, meet people at work, at church, it's hard for people to do. Many people are staying home. With social distancing, it's hard to get together. So people are having to put more effort into relationships and friendships. The good news is that there are ways around that. Of course, we have a lot of virtual and online ways to communicate through Facebook, social media. You can connect with people and stay in touch. And also, you can do video chatting and also any kind of online connection through platforms. People are having virtual happy hours and virtual exercising where they exercise with their friends and get-togethers. And also, you can bless your friend from time to time. Drop off a little gift at their place, maybe some flowers or something they wouldn't expect, just to keep in touch and keep that positive energy going, even if you don't see them as often physically as you used to. Now, when we think about friendships, the idea of this person that may not be a family member, but someone that you met in a certain circumstance that becomes very close to you emotionally, and they can support you and help you. And we realize that there are different kinds of friends for different kind of situations. You might have one friend who's your happy or fun friend. You do fun things with. They have a great sense of humor. Another friend may be your advice friend. You talk to for advice or help in different ways. But overall, one of the most important qualities of a friendship or a friend is mutual trust, that you can confide in them. They're not going to betray your confidence or gossip about you. And you respect them as they respect you. Another important factor of a friendship or a good friend is that you accept each other as you are. They don't try to change you, judge you, criticize you. You might have your flaws and weaknesses, which they understand having known you for a long time, but they love you as you are. They give you that positive support no matter what. Another important trait of a good friend is empathetic listening. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in other people's shoes, to feel as they feel. So you'll say you had a fight with your supervisor at work and you're very upset, and you can tell your friend this and listen to you, and they can understand your position, how you feel, maybe betrayed, overwhelmed, unappreciated at work. And you feel much better when you have that empathetic listening. They can also give you good advice. And not only advice, but they can help you take action. So maybe you're in an abusive relationship. They can give you resources for domestic violence or help you even move and pack your bags and get out of a bad situation. So there are many things they can do to help you. Also, you can laugh with your friend. This is one of the great benefits of having a great friendship is humor, jokes. We've talked before on Love University about the power of humor and laughter in improving your immune system, lowering blood pressure and other illnesses, and improving your gratitude and hope. Someone you can have fun times with and laugh is very important. And finally, a great friend inspires you to be your best. As we mentioned before, we all have what's called a don. A don in Spanish means a gift or talent. It comes from don divino, gift from God. It could be writing, teaching, science, business, working with your hands, or caretaking. Whatever it is, your friend will encourage you to do it. Maybe you're in the wrong occupation. You hate your job or career, and they can help give you advice to go into what you really want to do. Now, Reggie, my producer, you're sitting here right now, and you're kind of nodding your head. And I'm kind of curious, in your life, who has been one of your great friends, a best friend that you may have or have had? And what did you like about that friend?
Do you want the actual name?
Sure. What is the name? I think it said Dr. Alex, but you haven't said it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, one of my great friends the past couple years has been Sean.
Okay, you don't want to put him on blast, but
exactly.
okay. Tell us about Sean. What do you love about him or her?
What's it called? Well, he or she is a very smart person. They're very smart, very intelligent. They are very generous and just thoughtful.
Now, he or she, is it a guy or a girl?
So he.
Okay.
Just continue.
Okay. You're trying to be anonymous. Okay. Okay. All right. So they're generous. Are they good listeners to you? Do they listen to what you have to say?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, we have deep talks sometimes, and they like to listen.
Okay. So those are the kind of things that we want to find in friendships. People that can really empathetically listen to us, and they're generous not with resources necessarily, but with their time and with their energy and with their love and attention. So how do we have better friendships? How do we, let's say we're a person who's introvert, we don't have that many friends, maybe we feel isolated staying at home now because of the virus. So how do we have better friendships? The first step is to assess your current friendships. Write down on a pad, tablet, notebook, the number of friends that you have, and then rate them from 1 to 100 in terms of closeness of connection. 100 would be the maximum. Are these very intimate, very long-lasting, loyal friends, or are there people that you see from time to time, friends, or maybe they're just acquaintances? And then write down would you like to improve your relationship with those very close friends that you have? Maybe you would share more time with them, going out to eat, video chatting, doing some online activities, or other ways. Maybe there's some friends that you want to reconnect with, maybe from high school, college, work, from other activities from the past that you haven't seen in a long time. And now because of the virus, you might want to catch up with them and kind of break the ice with them. And that would be a great way to do that. Another important thing in terms of making friends or relationships is to first of all assume that others will like you. Now, if you're introvert or shy, especially if you're shy and you're sensitive to being rejected and criticized, you might wonder if people are going to like you. Are they going to think that you're something you're not, or maybe even reject you, criticize you? By loving yourself first and realizing you have great abilities and you have a nice personality or something good about you that you can offer others, that will improve your self-confidence. So you can go out and meet people and interact and make new friends. And instead of being either too pushy, sometimes people are pushed away if someone is too aggressive in making you a friend, or avoiding people in general, you have a nice middle ground. You're very balanced. You know that you can attract people by who you are, your personality, and your nature, which is kind, compassionate, and giving. Also, persistence is very important in making friends and keeping them. Today, a lot of people think they don't have time for friends or the energy. But because we know how important it is to have quality friends, it's equally important that you persist. Keep calling, email, texting people that you already have a connection with and are compatible with. Stay optimistic that you can get to know them over time. And one of the things in social psychology that we see is a principle called mere exposure, which tells us that the more we're around someone, the more likely they are to like us and we're to like them. So if you see them every day, and of course, obviously, if you're not incompatible or obnoxious to each other, more likely you're going to get to know each other and like each other better just by being around each other. So try to spend more time with those people that you really want to get to know, that you believe have traits that resonate with who you are. Also, don't make snap judgments. Many times we judge someone on first impressions, and this is known as primacy effect in psychology. Primacy effect is their first impressions are often your last impressions about someone. You might meet someone who seems a little cranky and you say, well, they're kind of a jerk. I don't want to get to know them. But maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they had a fight with their spouse, with their partner, or at work. But really, they're really a sweet, wonderful person. So give them the benefit of the doubt. Look beyond appearances or initial impressions. Now, you may have met someone that's been the opposite, someone that seemed very wonderful and charming, and later on, they turn out to be a snake, manipulative, deceitful, and that can happen as well. So tell yourself you're going to look beyond that and go into the deep nature of the person. Many times you'll be surprised. Maybe times you met someone that you didn't hit it off immediately, but then later they become great friends. Another important factor in making friendships and keeping good friends is extending loving energy without expectation. We always talk about this at Love University. Being kind to other people, smiling, saying hi, giving them sincere compliments. Open a door for someone. Help an elderly person cross the street. And once you do this, some people will respond well, some people may not respond. But those that do respond can become maybe close to you in some way, or maybe a friendship or an acquaintance in a particular manner. And the other thing about making sincere compliments to people, I like something about your dress, your personality, is something called reciprocal liking. We tend to like people who like us. So when you give someone a sincere compliment and something that you really mean, chances are they're going to reciprocate to you and say something nice about you, or maybe they will like you a little better. The other thing that's interesting is that when you talk well about other people, people may attribute that same trait to you. For example, I say to Susie, Bill over here is very compassionate. He's a very nice guy. Susie might think that you or I am a nice guy as well, or compassionate, based on what I just said about the other person. So they're transferring that positivity to you. So it always pays to speak well of others instead of negative. Another way to meet good friends is to join like-minded groups. There are a lot of online groups nowadays about specialty interests. It could be animals, or cooking, science, whatever you're interested in. And also Love University. We have our own community that we're building here. And like-minded people that want to help each other, love each other, others in a higher nature, and love psychology, philosophy, spirituality. And if you want to join us, you can subscribe to us at Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube, and learn more about what we're doing, because we're going to have some online webinars and other ways to meet people through our different platforms. And get involved in a group like that resonates with who you are. Also, it's important to set targets for your friendships. Many times people just fall into friendships because they're around these people and they become acquainted. But you can say, I want to meet certain like-minded quality people, maybe one a month, or I'm going to go to a certain number of activities online per period of time, and I'm going to start to interact with these people. So in that way, you start to set a target. You make it an objective. I want to have better, closer, more deep relationships with people. It could be for business, romantic purposes, friendship, and also emotional support. And finally, make friends of friends. There's a very interesting idea called 6 degrees of separation that says that we're only 6 connections or fewer away from meeting anyone in the world. Because when you meet a new person, they have their circle of friends, and then each friend has their circle. And pretty much soon enough, you can start to meet a lot of people you would never even imagine. Of course, with Facebook and internet, it's even easier now to connect worldwide with a lot of different kinds of interesting people, fascinating people, people that can bring a lot of joy and good things to your life as you bring to them. So remember, as we're now all looking at becoming better in our society and thriving and surviving in these times that are difficult for many with the virus and isolation and turmoil, we can realize that loving others is one of the key elements. And to love others, you also need to love yourself. So being a friend to yourself, appreciating who you are, your talents and abilities, and that you're a worthy individual that merits affection, friendship, and love. And then reaching out to other people, giving love without expectations, being kind, compassionate, and helping others as much as you can be a tremendous idea as we develop this community at Love University and helping to eradicate loneliness and bringing people together in many different positive ways. So your challenge for you this week is go out and make a friend this week, a new friend that you never thought you would make, somebody that you may have talked to in the past, maybe an acquaintance, but see if you can invite them out for coffee, some online chatting, find something in common that you both enjoy, and see if you can develop that deeper friendship, maybe in a spiritual sense, psychological sense. And that will be a great benefit to your life and also to their life and other people around them. It becomes a circle of upward momentum and positivity where you connect with other people and bring that loving energy to them as they spread it around. So until next time, Love University students, please put away your notebooks, your iPads, your iPhones, and we'll be seeing you very soon. If you want to reach us and be part of our Love University community and our online groups that we're going to be doing, please contact us at 310-226-8090, loveuniversity.love. Email us at loveuniversitylove@gmail.com. Also, subscribe to us on Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, and SoundCloud. And, of course, like us on Facebook at Love University Podcast and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Love You Podcast. Until next time, go out and make a friend today. Be your friend. Dr. Alex Avila, Love University.